South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church, organized to instill into the community the values of living a righteous and more productive life. SSMBC encourages liberation, imagination, fulfillment, and education to manifest an abundant life through touching lives, teaching people, transforming minds, and thanking God. South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church history. Friday, July 18, 1969, Reverend Jonas L. Dabney called a meeting to organize South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church at the home of Deacon and Mrs. I.W. Cole, located at 3 West 141st Street at 8 p.m., and 24 members united with the church that night. Reverend Dabney made the following appointments: Deacon Henry Moore, Deacon I.W. Cole, and Deacon Albert Moreau appointed as the first deacons. Sister Viola Walton appointed as the leader of the Missionary Society. Brother Jessie Gilliam appointed as the president over the choir. Sister Harriet Truitt oversees the usher board. Deacon Cole appointed as the superintendent of Sunday school and the treasurer of the church. Sister Anna Dupree appointed our financial secretary. Sister E. Jackson appointed our church clerk. And Sister Colleen Cole appointed president of the Pastor's Aid Board. On Sunday, July 20th, 1969, Christ Temple Baptist Church, where the pastor Reverend Princeton McKinney, located at 16200 South Woods, installed all officers to their positions, and 34 members joined the fellowship. Through much prayer, on July 27, 1969, Pastor Ipsy Lee opened his doors at Greater St. John MB Church, located at 141st Street in Sealy, for us to hold worship services at 1 p.m., and 9 more members joined that day. Brother James McGrew served as minister of music. We moved to 143rd and Wood Street until June 1973, after which we moved to 3628 West 137th Street in Robbins, Illinois. In 1976, we moved to 11 East 152nd Street in Harvey. Sister Janet Robertson became our minister of music. On the second Sunday in July 1979, God allowed us to march to our church home where we worship today. We celebrated our mortgage burning of this edifice on January 9th, 1994. Our founder, Reverend Jonas L. Dabney, went home to be with the Lord on July 5th, 1995. Our overseer was Dr. Emma Dabney as we prepared for our next pastor. After much prayer, fasting, and shut-in, the Lord sent Elder Ira J. McDowell as our pastor and leader. On July 18, 1999, Pastor McDowell proclaimed our first Founders Day. After beholding a vision of organizing and becoming of our own church, Reverend McDowell left SSMBC. October 12, 1999. Minister Harold France was appointed interim pastor that same day and elected pastor February 2000. On February 4th, 2001, Pastor France resigned his position. We pressed forward once again under our overseer, Deacon LaVon Traylor, seeking the favor of God for a new leader. In September 2001, we welcomed Reverend Dr. Michael Jones as our pastor and shepherd.
Samuel chapter 6, verse 14, listen to what it says. And David danced before the Lord with all his might. David was girded with a linen ephod. So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and with a sound of trumpet. Verse 16 says, as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Micah, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. I want to talk a moment about doing things God's way. Doing things God's way. Come on, you may be seated. You may be seated. Doing things God's way. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, we got to do it his way. 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 David in the text is now king of all Israel. He had defeated the arch enemy of Israel, the Philistine. The giant. How many of us know that David was a giant killer? Do I got any giant killers in the house? David had now took his rightful position on the throne. Now Israel, political and military leader. He was not only their political and military leader, but David was also their spiritual leader. What David discovered as he took the throne and became their leader, David discovered that the ark of God was now missing in Jerusalem. Or is anybody going to help me preach here? Jerusalem was known as the city of David. It was known as the city of Zion. In other words, this was where the children of Israel went to worship God. Jerusalem was there. And I don't know about you, I could hear Jesus saying, if y'all just listen with me, the thief come to kill, to steal, and destroy. But I come to give you life. And I come to give it to you more abundantly. Which lets me know that he has promised me that not only would I just live an average life, but he has promised me that I will live a good life. Is anybody going to help me out here? And so it's the season where increase is knocking at my door. It's the season where promotion is in my house. And if y'all don't mind me, it's the season where restoration is right here, South Suburban. Everything that the enemy took from you, God says, I'm finna give it back to you. And I'm finna give it back to you in the overflow. Look at somebody and say, it's my season. 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 It's my, get somebody high five and tell them it's my season. It's my season. I've been through each other. I've been through the wilderness. But like Joseph said, I'm in the place of God. He got me right in the vein where I could experience his prosperity. He got me right where he wants me to be. And it's my season. It's my season. Y'all got to excuse me. I might get happy all by myself up here. Israel experiencing God's blessing, living the good life. Now listen what the text says. They had defeated Jericho. They had defeated Ai. Walking in God's promises. Now listen what the text says. Verse 1 says, and the kings all around. The text says that they heard. Is y'all gonna help me out here? That's what it says.
Dr. Jones and his wife, co-pastor Annette Jones, organized our School of Ministry that later became W.M. Jones Bible Institute International, with over 100 students training for ministry and obtaining advanced degrees. Pastor Jones ordained 12 deacons for Christian service. Deacon Albert Abney, Deacon Stephen Barrett, Deacon Bernetta Biggerstaff, Deacon Keith Clincy, Deacon Levester Dean, Deacon Barry Dunbar, Deacon Carolyn Jones, Deacon Gregory Kidd, Deacon Norma Ratliff, Deacon Denise Scott, Deacon Travaris Scott, and Deacon Anjanette Young. Pastor Jones licensed and ordained 5 ministers: Elder Victoria Eason, co-pastor Annette Jones, Pastor Devlin Scott, Reverend Isaac E. Hayes, and Reverend Melanie C. Jones. Under his leadership, SSMBC celebrated a number of firsts: the first women ordained to ministry, the first women ordained as deacons, the first woman to lead the deacons ministry, and the first co-pastor. Dr. Jones taught fervently about the power and purpose of praise and worship.
And so we have collectively, me, Lady Nat Mill, Tamika, Deacon Biggerstaff, all of us, Dennis, Little Dennis, Big Dennis, we've been writing. We've been listening to your CDs in the past years. We've listened to tapes. I don't know how I got over this thing, but I've been listening to tapes. And so we had to get a cassette player. I mean, it all flowed together, and I've been hearing your preaching for, we've been months just preparing for this. And I know, I really want to say, when Lady Annette says she's at my house, she really is at my house. Because we've been working, and I don't know what you've been thinking we've been doing, but we've been working. I went to Sharika too, she added it as well. Because I told her, if you're going to be a part of this family, you gotta edit. You gotta do something. So Sharika's been editing, and we've been listening to your preaching and constructed it in a book form. And on top of all of this, we reached out to Bishop again, and we said, Bishop, can you write Pastor Ford? And Bishop wrote us a forward for the book and everything. So, congratulations, man, because I know this has been your desire for a long time, and happy 25th year anniversary, and thank God for it. God bless you.
Dr. Michael Jones was an incredible blessing to this ministry as he shepherded our church for 18 years before the Lord called him home on August 30th, 2019. On September 29, 2019, Reverend Dr. Annette Jones accepted her assignment as pastor of South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church. Elder Dr. Victoria Easton was appointed to serve as co-pastor. In January 2020, SSMBC welcomed 3 new ministers: Minister Stephen Barrett, Minister Zanetta Dabney, and Minister Dennis Foster II. God is moving in this ministry as we seek to live abundant lives. We know we come this far by faith, and there is a mighty move of God in our midst. A church where God is up to something is our motto, and we believe God is up to something big. May God's favor continue to rest on South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church, our pastors, leaders, members, covenant partners, and friends.